Hello everyone, welcome to AGDQ 2015. Hope you're all having a great day so far. Coming up we have Rayman Legends with, I think, CaneofPacci. We're here raising for money for charity for the Prevent Cancer Foundation. The Prevent Cancer Foundation is the only nonprofit in the United States that solely focuses on the cancer prevention and early detection. Each year, more than 1.6 million Americans alone are diagnosed with diseases, and more than 500,000 die from the disease. However, more research shows that up to 60% of the cases and more than 50% of the deaths are preventable from what we know right now. The Prevent Cancer Foundation focuses on the efforts in research, education, outreach, and advocacy of over $138 million invested in 28 years. The Prevent Cancer Foundation has funded over 180 grants and fellowships in more than 150 different academic institutions and medical centers across the country. And some of these grants have even been funded by the money raised by Awesome Games Done Quick in the past. If this is your first AGDQ, I shout this to you. I hope you're having a great time so far, like I am here. This is actually my first AGDQ as well. If you are new to AGDQ, Games Done Quick is a charity foundation that raises money to prevent cancer. Awesome Games Done Quick is a Games Done Quick event that's held every year in January, featuring members of the Speed Demos Archive and Speedrun's live communities. In this event, we typically have, our SDA specifically has speedruns for over 1,000 games and forums containing speedrunning planning, marathon discussions. SDA welcomes gamers old and new alike. And you can follow them on Twitter at SDA Speedruns and visit their website at speeddemosarchive.com. On top of that, Speedruns Live, or SRL as we call it, is one of the best sites for video game races online against other places of all skill levels, casual and hardcore alike. They also host a short series of racing starting on January 17th called Get Yourself Speedrunning, and you can go to their front page at speedrunslive.com for more information to watch a variety of speedrunning streams. And for more information about Games Done Quick, you can follow us on Twitter at GamesDoneQuick and see information about the events at gamesdonequick.com. And if you do like games, you should check out Humble Bundle. Humble Bundle is actually one of my favorite collections of games. There's a really good one going on right now. But if you want to check them out, you can go to humblebundle.com, and they have a sweet Awesome Games Done Quick come-up bundle that comes with a Twitch Turbo subscription and XSplit subscription as well. Either that was really funny, or something happened. Got a donation from James Bradfield that says, "Dang, those King games are quick." There they were, James. $50 donation from Joyce, who says, "Love to see these games getting smashed. My favorite one so far has been Uncharted and Infamous, but everything has been entertaining, and keep up the good work." Thank you. $100 donation from Melanie, who says, "Go Yeti," from Montana. Shout out to Montana. $22 from Gork, who says, happy to donate for what I think is a great cause. And by the way, I laughed so much during the Battle Block Theater run. That was worth 20 bucks. Keep up the good work, guys. You can see here us showing off our beautiful chairs. And welcome again, if you guys are new. This is AGDQ2015. Coming up next is going to be Rayman Legends, run by CaneofPacci, I think, or CaneofPacci. CaneofPacci. Pacci. I think it's Pacci. Whatever one sounds, I love Pacci. Let's go with Pacci. Yeah, that's the Pacci. $10 from Philippe, who says, I love watching you. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Philippe. $55 from Alexander, who says, I don't know anyone who's died from cancer, and I want it to stay that way. Grab some more money and save the animals. Thank you. From Jordan, who says, sorry this isn't a lot, but my first live AGDQ. Welcome, by the way. Well done, everyone. Enjoying it so much, and I love watching the games. I've never heard of anything being smashed, and keep up the good work. Any bit helps, man. Thank you so much for the first donation of you. Quick shout out to World 9 Gaming, one of our awesome sponsors of this event. Since 2005, World 9 Gaming has been the premier computer and console gaming provider for events across the Midwest. The practice room here has been absolutely amazing with their help. With dedicated staff, tournaments, expertise, and the expansive collection of games and consoles, they guarantee the best gaming experience at the lowest cost for all large events or small events. Check them out at world9gaming.com. If you're just tuning in, this is Awesome Games Done Quick 2015. We're here raising money to Prevent Cancer Foundation. Prevent Cancer Foundation is one of the only nonprofits in the United States that solely focuses on cancer prevention and early detection. The Prevent Cancer Foundation has funded more than 480 grants and fellowships at more than 150 different academic institutions and medical centers across the country. Some of these grants have even been funded by the money raised by our own Awesome Games Done Quick. $100 from Colin, who says, keep up the great work. Excited to see Rayman Legends destroyed. And finally, I definitely want to see a rousing game of Kung Foot. $20 from Philip, who says, thanks guys and everything you do. Such a great cause.
We good? All right, so this is Rayman Legends. We're going to be doing some invasions and challenges. These are basically the time trials. I'm going to hand it over to Spike just to kind of introduce the basic idea here while I do some.
Yeah, if any of you who are lucky enough to watch Summer Games Done Quick, Fearful Ferret, myself, and Uber Goose were lucky enough to do a full game RTA of that, which was a ton of fun. And in general, I think this is one of the best modern speed games. You'll see, as Kane demonstrates here, the movement tech in this game is so deep, so crazy. And what he's going to be doing for you is showing movement tech that we weren't even using in the RTA. You'll be exposed to, especially one huge technique called brake boosting. So we'll see that as we go across.
Yeah, one thing that's just kind of special to this challenge or invasion is the shield dashing. Oops. But yeah, pretty much every invasion and challenge is really unique just because the amount of depth that the physics has in this game.
Yeah, the leaderboards for this game, it's crazy how fast you can do and everything. Like, I believe our times usually in an RTA, there would be like a 31.
Yeah, about there.
Yeah, so right there you saw him get a 29. A lot of it was, like Kane was saying, those little shield dashing. It's what, you have like a pixel or two?
Yeah, there's a couple millimeters. This is all in meters and millimeters. Oh, we got audio. Yeah. I think my PB on that one was 26.91, so there's still room for improvement compared to what I'm doing here.
Yeah, as Spike was saying earlier, there's a lot of new tech that is not seen in RTA. We'll be going over that later on in the run.
This is just kind of a general level. It has all sorts of the little features. You know, there's a brake boost at the beginning. Now, just make sure we don't go over 20 minutes, I guess.
Alright, so that's it for all the invasions. Next up is the challenges.
Yeah, we're going to do some challenges to really trying to introduce what you're actually watching here. There's a lot of tech, and it can be really overwhelming because pretty much every motion is optimized. I need to switch characters. We're actually going to be going into the training room, which is something that's not featured in the game, but you can glitch into it on the Wii U by doing a frame-perfect menuing thing. I'm not going to really try and explain it. It's really dumb. But since we're on PC, we have free access to it. I'm actually going to hand it over to Spike to show off the level at first. Scroll down 5.
Oh. Which one?
One more. Good. So basically in the challenges, this is where a lot of the movement mechanics were developed.
I can go for it?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, okay.
So in the pit challenges, it's a... Oh, I needed to change.
Okay, that's fine.
My bad. I got distracted. Basically in the pit challenges, there's... it's the falling challenge. So this is where a lot of lack of hover strategies have been developed, ways to skip chains, pretty much anything that can interfere with your fall speed. The max falling speed is 60 meters per second, and so good to go. Obviously, you want to be at 60 meters per second as much as you can.
Alright, get that on the first spot.
This challenge specifically has two of the main features that aren't necessarily the most pleasant things, and that's cycle-based objects and blue hand. The blue hand basically he lets you go in different directions, and it really sucks because you can never really expect where you're going to end up. The cycle-based objects continuously roam, so it's not the same place every time. That's one cycle-based object, and if it's in the wrong point in the cycle, you die.
So I guess to explain our little setup here, Kane is not good at going slow. So the three of us here are actually going to be doing these different challenges. One's kind of showing what normally it looks like when you go through, I guess semi kind of fast. I took the easy ones. I took these little floating, dropping down levels, the pit levels. And then Kane's going to show you all the advanced movement tech that you can do here. He starts off with what we call a YYB, which is essentially you buffering a kick at the very beginning, which is the fastest way to move on flat surface. So yeah, that was about half the amount of time that it took me to do it, so.
Yeah, my PB on that one's a 90.25. The in-strat that I tried the first 2 times is a lot faster, but that one vine that I died on twice is cycle-based, and it just happened to not line up properly. You good? All right, the feature of this next one is a lot of, did it not change? Restart. Restart. Yeah, the next seed we're going to be in has a lot of the more speed mechanics. There's bumpers and there's gates, which at first you would think make you go slow because they interrupt your basic falling. But there's a lot of really interesting ways to optimize your movement off them. The gates, if you land on them on a neutral position, you can dash as well as smash through them at a higher velocity than just falling. And then the bumpers, there's if you smash into the bumpers, you can do some other fun stuff. Death cycle.
Yeah, I think any of us who've messed with the Rayman Legends, RTAs, individual levels over the last about year and a half that the game's been out, what we truly love about this game is kind of like Kane's saying, everything you do. Yeah, that's incredibly fast. Yeah. It is an incredible...
I can do that again to try and explain a little bit death cycle. Or do you want to...
Oh, no, yeah. Did you want to explain something?
Yeah, I was just going to point out the different things. But basically right here, ground pounding that lets you cancel the ground pound animation. You can dash through that. I failed that. If you bounce off that wall, you get horizontal motion, and by landing neutral with that motion, you can transfer that into your ground pound. Let's just set it up, or not. Oh well.
It looked good, don't worry.
You saw it the first time. So we're going to move on to the Planet of the Dead challenges, which are where the break boosting specifically was developed. And it was actually, I think, pretty much a year ago, a guy named DJ Thed found break boosting, and it was the first challenge we're going to do only has one break boost. It's actually the exact same break boost that was initially found. But basically, break boosting, I think what happens is you get negative deceleration at some point, which results in acceleration. So while you're braking, if you do it properly, and I'm echoing. What is that? More like ringing. It's really annoying. But Brady's going to do this one. Yeah, what was I saying? Brake boosting. But basically, there's a lot of horizontal motion in this. Momentum's a key thing, and not just going fast. Going fast is useful, but if you can't keep it, then there's really nothing gained. And so, not only have we found 5 separate ways of doing brake boost, but we have all sorts of tech for preserving the momentum from that. In the second challenge, I'm going to do 4 brake boosts, but this one has a little bit more interesting start.
Yeah. Yeah, that one's pretty straightforward compared to the next challenge.
So here we're going to go over the wall, because going under walls is slow. It was awful. I lost all my momentum. if you don't grab that ledge, it's actually a lot less consistent to do this challenge. But we're doing ILs, and I'm not going to pull any punches.
Another big part of this is roll
That
jumping.
ledge.
If you hold down, you conserve the momentum you get from usually a slope or a break boost specifically. It's a very big part of the game.
So the break boost was after the wall there. Is that ground pound. There we go. My PB on that one was like a mid-18, so that was really good.
Yeah, that was a really good one.
At least for marathon.
So Kane might have to correct me on this, but I believe top just running movement is what, 8 or 9 meters a second, whereas top horizontal movement with brake boosting is 20, you said?
Right, so the fastest you can go horizontally is 20 meters per second. And that can be achieved in all sorts of ways. Brake boosting typically can net you around like the 12 to 15 meters per second, I think. But then there's other ways like brake boosting and wind. It instantly puts you at 20 meters per second. And then you can chain your momentum off hills and everything to speed you up faster. And so, everything is about just preserving momentum as best as you can. And it's really quite complex. There's, like I said, every jump, everything can be optimized. This challenge is going to have 4 brake boosts because there's lots of objects in the way. But they're all actually really complex besides the first one. Because from this starting position, all you do is run in place, and that allows you to do a brake boost. After that, I'm going to do a slash skid boost, which is probably going to be the hardest one. It's going to be literally jump over the hill and second brake boost, so you might miss it. Then there's also some other fun stuff in this level.
And there we go.
There you go.
The button just didn't
Invited
work.
to
I don't
group
know.
juice. Wow. Okay, that was bad. So if you get a full speed brake boost here, you fall in the hole, which is what I'm hoping for so that I can set up the second brake boost.
The
There we
second
go.
brake boost is right there, and that's probably the most difficult for this level.
Yeah, this whole level's difficult.
Yeah.
We're gonna go under that wall maybe.
It'll think about it.
Yeah.
So in the last challenge we went over a wall because it was faster. In this challenge you're supposed to go over the wall and we go under it because it's faster. Oh, I forgot to change the music. This was, oh shoot. I got distracted by the music. This was actually, I had a whole folder of just like all the modded stuff that I had done, and I forgot to switch out some of the music. This was done by a remix done by legendary Super Mario, who's a Wii U player. He's the second most decorated Rayman Legends player at this point, I think, with 1,337 Diamond Cups, which is ridiculous. How do we stop people's streams rolling on Steam?
Because we're doing some good advertising.
Yeah, quick thing to point out, this skin that Kane is using right now, it's Globox Skin, it's actually not in the game, it's from the beta, and
Oh, it's not from the beta, it's actually a custom skin.
Yeah, okay. There we go.
By Distorted Machine.
Yep, and he made the skin and put it in the game.
Yeah, this is the hardest one in this set that I picked. How do I do that? Should I do it or?
Yeah.
In the meantime, we have a $500 donation from Dev. Thank you.
Settings? Someone want to tell me?
And again, while Kane's figuring that out, just he's already talked
Anybody
about
want to tell me how to do this?
Oh, We might need some assistance down here.
100,000 people watching. We don't know how to turn off settings.
Chat, how do you turn off your Steam notifications?
Show notifications?
No,
There's 1,000 nodes in here. Does anyone know how to turn off Steam notifications?
Display notifications. Is that it?
Probably.
That's probably a decent choice.
All right.
Here, I got it. Go to your Steam, friends.
From Sean, $50.
Right
Let's
click,
beat
go to your
cancer
FIFA
and
assist.
games. Thank you, Sean.
And it's right click offline, yeah.
There we go.
Thank you.
All right.
All right.
Shout out
nice.
to those guys. All right, so there's the second break boost. That is actually really difficult. So that's one thing. The reason I'm Globox, I hate Globox, but Globox and Teensy are the only two characters that can do this clip. And we're going to use Teensy in a different challenge. And I wanted to use every character. Those are really difficult. And there's the fourth break boost.
Yep.
There we go.
There we go. So something real quick to point out. There's slight differences between each character. Globox has a farther reach with his like his punch.
Yeah, his smack
yeah.
is bigger.
Yeah.
It's really useful in the pit challenges because he can hit through walls. But when you're not gathering lums, it doesn't matter.
Let's get done.
Teensy's shorter, which makes it just really convenient in the tower. The tower is a vertical challenge, so we go up, go down, hit X. Here, there we go.
That works.
Hit X again. But this is actually one of the most complex challenges. And if I make it past the first brick, it should be good to go. But basically, when you're going up, in order to propel you up, there's all sorts of bumpers and objects to assist you in going that direction. Which means there's all sorts of shortcuts, which makes it really interesting. At the same time, everything has shortcuts, which becomes difficult just because there's so much shortcuts. But it can be a lot of fun.
Aw. Go for it.
Going for shortcuts. That's my job. But there's several different ways to this beginning part. He did a YBY there, the same as in the pit. YYB's pretty much the same thing. But the way I'm going to do it is potentially 1 frame slower, but notably more consistent.
Aw.
I was hoping you'd get it.
Yeah.
Just find it.
All right, you
guys
got
realize
this.
how hard it is for Kane to ask us speedrunners to just go slow through these levels. I took it straight up casual, flowed the whole way.
Yeah, all of us here, we all have played the game at least, most of us a lot. So
Yeah, Spike speedruns the game, and the other two have actually done quite a few. Spent some time in the invasions. Spare and myself both have 1 invasion record.
by 1 frame, yes.
Good enough.
Yeah.
Mine's 1 frame too, except for the 2 people who are tied behind me.
There you go.
Did the runs afterwards. All right, so let's see what I can do on this. Nope.
Oh, no. He has to ground pound on the very left side of that column.
Yeah, this break is dumb.
Yeah. It's
Um,
really, really difficult.
Yeah. But it's the first brick, so I can't complain too much. If you're confused about what we're saying when we say bricks, these are all seed-based challenges that are generated off a full pre-configured objects. So each object is a brick.
The really nice thing about this game is if you die, the resets are almost instantaneous, so.
Yeah, that's one of the best parts of running this game.
There we go. So I only had 20 minutes. I don't know what we're at on that time. All right. We got one thing we can do. Which should I do? Yeah, let's do the chase level.
Yeah, this one's good. I like this one.
This is kind of fun. But this one's not going to be one of the time challenges. There's an auto-scroller from the Origins levels that, with the Legends physics, it has interesting results.
Origins is the prequel to Legends. So.
Lag. So we're gonna hop in here, seemingly normal looking level. This is a chase level. You're supposed to chase this chest.
In casual play, you should never be on top of this. You should always be able to keep a good distance in front of you.
Yeah. On the vertical section coming up, you'll see what happens.
Oh shoot.
Oh.
All right, that works. Or not. Good enough. Slide there.
Who's chasing who here?
Just gonna hang off the top of the screen for a little while. And I'm gonna take it slow here or I die. That's the two options. Nothing too special then. You can skip the shrink horn and do this as your big version, but it's much more difficult. But
Nice.
it's just fun to do.
And a gold.
All right, is that all the time we got? Cool. All right, so that wraps it up for the ILs of Rayman Legends. Hope you enjoyed the show. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
During that run, we got a donation from the Rayman Legends.
I just want to say real quick, I thought it was a real treat. Oh, what?
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm sorry. I was getting the cue cards. I didn't know. I just want to say once again, Mike Uyama, I hope you're feeling well. I'm really glad that you allowed this IL challenge. We've mostly just done RTAs of the GDQs over the years. Kane, as you can see, he is amazing in all the techniques, all the movement tech in this game. And I think this is truly one of the best modern speed games. So the fact that you guys got this little treat, I hope it also inspires some people to just get into Rayman Legends speedrunning, because every piece of movement you do is important to speeding everything up. I know Ferret and I, all the IL runners, we all had a ton of fun over the last year and a half doing it. So, I have nothing else. If you want a shorter commitment, these ILs are perfect. 30 seconds of just going fast. So, yeah, check it out.
There was a donation from the Rayman Legends IL group that said, "Hey Kane, it's Topher, the Rayman Legends IL group, and I wish you luck on your runs. You put more work into this game than most of us all combined, and we're proud to see you showing our view of Rayman Legends as a speedrun game for an awesome cause."
See if I can beat this real quick. I failed the break boost. That's really difficult break boost. One more try.
This is actually a level that I believe Kane and I have friend Sam back. I think he has the IL record on this.
Yep.
All
right,
so
we'll
shout out
just
to him. He's
strats.
another IL runner.
Dodge the lava. There we go.
Also had a $100 donation from Alexander, who says, "Love what you guys are doing. I've tuned into every GDQ since AGDQ 2012. Happy to see a lot of new faces around this time. Keep it up, guys. P.S. Save them animals." And if you're just tuning in, this is Awesome Games Done Quick 2015. We are raising money for the Prevent Cancer Foundation. That was just Rayman Legends, ran by CaneofPacci, and coming up soon is going to be I Want to Be the Bashi, ran by Witwix. All right, guys, and we're going to run a commercial fast. We'll be right back after that. Thanks for watching. And welcome back, everyone. This is AGDQ2015, and coming up we have one of my favorite runs of the entire event, ran by the beautiful Witty Wix. We're going to be seeing I Want to Beat the Bashi. If you've ever seen this game before, it is incredible, and it's going to be great. But before we get started, let me read some donations that we actually didn't get to last time, because that Rayman Legends run was intensely complicated. We have a $666.60 donation from String Epsilon that says, I just wanted to thank Fearful Ferret and Pen again for the awesome speedruns and putting me to sleep on a regular basis. Shout out to my buddy, Vindicator, for making me interested in speedrunning again. And everyone involved with the GDQs, please continue to be awesome. $333 towards whatever Ferret wants. Thank you, man, for that very generous donation. Torzeng, $50, says, animals want to play pinball too. Save the animals. Moolord says, $200, says, my dad lost a fight a year ago this week. He isn't much of a gamer, but he was proud of himself that he beat Legend of Zelda. The only game that he'd do so. Love you, Dad. File name Mike K. $500 donation from Vavin with no comment. Thank you so much, man. And again, if you don't know who we are Awesome Games Done Quick. We are raising money for the Prevent Cancer Foundation. The Prevent Cancer Foundation is the only nonprofit in the United States that solely focuses on cancer prevention and early detection. Each year, more than 1.6 million Americans alone are diagnosed with diseases, and more than 500,000 die from the disease. However, research shows that up to 60% of cases and more than 50% of deaths are preventable from what we know. The Prevent Cancer Foundation focuses on their efforts in research, education, outreach, and advocacy, with over $138 million invested in 29 years. I'm being told by Witwix not to talk for the entire run. Thanks, Witwix. $20 from Deathridge, who says, I love AGDQ. Hype for Witwix. Hey, Waffle, did you hear that the guy who lost his left side? He's all right now. Oh, sorry it had to be done. Thank you, Deathridge. Shoutouts. If you're liking what you're watching right now, feel free to support with a Twitch subscription.